Hey, hello everybody. Someone gonna put me on the cover of Time magazine. Uh-oh. Let me see. I got my mic here. What's going on? Vadim, Bayless, you guys arguing yet? Or Merry Christmas. You should have video. You got video, don't you? Hello everybody. Can you guys hear me? Can you see and hear me? Yes. Okay. No one's knowing. I didn't want to talk to the air. Here's the number if anyone wants to call him. Rob won't be here tonight. Sorry. All right. Only 5 months away before the season starts. Even less than 5 months. May 17th. You're gonna have to watch old Caitlyn Clark videos on YouTube. You can find her Iowa games on YouTube. Not too many from her freshman and sophomore year, but you can find a lot from her junior and senior year. I did. I try to watch one a week or so. Keep me interested. All right. So who's celebrating Christmas, and who's celebrating Hanukkah? Yeah, he's working tonight. I know. No commitment. What can I say? Tough to get good work around here. All right. I had some Christmas candy, peppermint bark. I'm going to make some peppermint bark ice cream when I come back from Christmas. This tea's hot. All right, did you see the videos today? Was there a conspiracy against Caitlyn Clark for Player of the Year in freshman and sophomore year? Did Don Staley screw her over her senior year because she was upset that Clark beat her the year before? I don't like Don Staley. Anyways. Vadim, are you here? Were you here before I got here? What did you say that I should be on the cover of Time magazine? There it is. Anyways. All right, not a lively crew tonight. You're gonna make I got a sore throat. You guys are trying to make me talk about nothing. All right. I guess Christmas time people's slow. All right. Who's here? Anybody out there? Where are you guys from? Tell me where you're from. M. Perk, Joseph. There's 6 people out there, but nobody's making any comments. So I want to just talk about things I want to talk. I want to talk about what you guys want to talk about. So I need some comments. If someone wants to call in and debate something. Where's Bobby U? He's always wanted to debate something. Who we got tonight? Packers and the Saints. I'm a Packers fan, so I'm psyched for that game. They need a win bad, but they're not going to get the 1 seed. They're not going to win the division, so they're going to be on the road. That's what the problem is. The Packers will be on the road tonight. Let's see. I think they are at home against New Orleans, favored by 14.5. Holy cow. What's New Orleans' record? I know it's not good, but 5-9. Packers are 14.5 favorites. I think New Orleans can't play in cold weather. I think the NBA is expanding too fast. What do you think? Well, absolutely. 2 teams next year is insane. I need someone to give me like a great reasons why because they're going to put someone in 2028. Why wasn't it 1 team in 2025, 1 in 2026, 1 in 2027, and 1 in 2028? Why is it 1, 2, 0, 1? Please tell me that they can't just say, hey, to one of the teams, whoever was second, you got to wait till 2027. Why? It's insane. And I don't know if they're expanding too fast or not, but doing 2 teams next year or in 2026, whatever. It's almost next year, right? It's almost the first of the year. It's insane. Merry Christmas, Dennis. I celebrate Christmas. You can say Merry Christmas, but if you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I guess that starts on Christmas night or Christmas Eve, right? When does Hanukkah start? I know it starts it's about the same this year. Let's see. Okay. Just give me the article. Hanukkah starts on sundown on the 25th. All right. Yes, I follow college football. I didn't think the games were very good. I think there should be 8 teams instead of 12, but there should have been 8 teams for a long time. Sabrina signed with Unrivaled. She was not signed up for them? I didn't even realize she wasn't signed up. Yeah, that's a big get. She's one of the 5 most popular people in the league. She may be the 3rd most popular after Caitlyn and, God forbid, Angel. I didn't know she wasn't signed up. I didn't follow the news that closely today. I was doing other things. Merry Christmas, everyone. Boxing Bulldog, everyone else, Merry Christmas. Dennis, M. Perk, Merry Christmas. And whoever else is out there. They begged her. They probably offered her extra ownership and extra salary. They had a couple extra spots. I remember there was like 2 spots. I'm sure they begged Caitlyn, but maybe Brianna Stewart wasn't such a B to her. Wasn't so rude to her, and she's not very smart, Brianna Stewart. She should have been super nice to Caitlyn from day one. She wasn't. Let's see. WNBA home. I didn't even know that. ESPN home. Let's see. Let's see. What was that in the WNBA news where she signed? Let me look at. I didn't see that. Where's WNBA in this? Oh, there it is. Oh, another guy coach got named. Chris Cosclains. Oh, a new current U.S. assistant coach. Oh, there it is. Sabrina joins the 3-on-3. You weren't impressed with Paige. Yeah, Paige doesn't seem to have gotten any better since her freshman year. I thought Juju played great in the first half and so in the second half. I think she was tired, and she said she was tired, but she also hurt her knee. She might have restrained her ankle or something, but she didn't seem to be the same player in the second half. She didn't seem to have the mobility and jumping ability that she had in the first. She looked great in the first half. You could tell she really wanted that game. Kate, Paige, was, I don't know, she didn't seem motivated for game of the year, Creative people go, Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that stuff. I don't know. Girlfriend drama. I don't even know what the girlfriend drama. I tried not to read it. It's like I don't really want to hear. I have enough drama covering the WNBA. I didn't want to read about Travis's Hunter girlfriend drama. So I ignored it when I saw the headlines. I'm trying to read less drama. Sabrina Ionescu. God, she really held out. Sabrina Ionescu. She's like, oh yeah, that's right. She did have an injury on her thumb, but you would have thought she would have signed even before then. But January 17th, they're starting like football weekend. They're going to get low ratings. Football playoffs are that weekend. The ratings will be really low. That girl from the Fighting Irish looked good. Talking about Hannah Hidalgo. Yeah, if she knew her thumb was hurting, she should have found ways to like drive and dish out or something, or drive and get fouled. Maybe free throws were easier to make. 1 for 19. Oh, God. John Starks all over again. Anybody traveling for Christmas? I'm going tomorrow. So we're not going to do videos this week until Saturday again. I agree, Bobby. She probably got more money by holding out. So she was probably smart. Yeah, I wouldn't go right away. I would wait till they beg me, and then I say if I was like knew I was a high demand person, I would have waited too. If I was just lucky to be invited, I'd sign right away. But if I was a high demand, top 5 draw, I think I'd hold out too and just make them offer me a little bit more. I can't imagine what they would offer Caitlyn Clark. I maintain that TNT has two contract offers. I don't say if 2 contracts agreed upon, but 2 contract offers with the league. One is, here's what we're going to pay if Caitlyn Clark's in the league, and 2, here's what we're going to pay if she's not in the league. I'm serious. I'm not even really joking. I'm telling you, I guarantee you they have that. There's just no way. There's no way they could be the same thing. How do you negotiate a TV contract dependent upon someone who draws 4 times more viewers than everybody else? It's not just about Caitlyn, though. We have to mention Angel because we mentioned Caitlyn. You got to mention them in the same sentence. It's like, I think it's a law. Pretty sure. Pretty sure it is, anyways. Where's Vadim and Bazov? Where's Vadim? Hi, Vonda. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Hanukkah, if that's your thing. I'm going home to Rochester, New York. My mother lives there for 4 days, I guess. 2, 3.5. 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th. About. And my brother there. So you guys, is anyone traveling for Christmas or hosting? Hey, Joseph. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I like the sign of Merry Christmas, but I say Happy Hanukkah so someone just can't say. I didn't say. I don't consider Christmas to me like a religious holiday. I just consider it a family holiday and a fun holiday. Thank you for the safe travels. This time I'm flying. I drove home twice to Rochester. It's 340 miles. I didn't feel like driving again, especially in the wintertime. So anyway, let me get my other cup of tea. I made a small pot of tea. 1 second. I was watching the Eagles-Washington game yesterday. The Eagles had that game won, and Devontae Smith dropped the ball. It would have given them a first down. They could have run the clock out. You were in Friday in American Tech School when you were in Rochester, learning a new billing machine. It's a long time ago. Oh, really? What would make these 3-on-3 games watchable? You want to see hard fouls? I don't know. I've seen too many hard fouls in the WNBA. That's what I don't like about it. Trash talking's okay. I don't mind that. I don't want hard fouls. I want them to play basketball without hard fouls. It takes away from the athletic ability of an athlete when they play rough, dirty stuff, except for football. It's because that's what the sport is. But I don't like that in hockey. I don't like it in basketball. It's just me. Frieden was a division of Singer Sewing Machine. Oh, really? You don't want to be too friendly. You don't want a lesbian convention to break out in the middle of a game. How long am I going to continue underrating Caitlyn Clark's rookie season? For the rest of life, until she retires. I played ultimate frisbee for 40 years. We respected the fact that it was a non-contact sport. People didn't want to get injured. It's not like, and I wrestled too. It's not like I'm a wimpy. It's just me. And I don't. If sport's supposed to be non-contact, let's make it non-contact. If I wanted to play football, I would. If I wanted to be a boxer, I would. Bobby, anytime you want to call in and debate, I put the phone number up. We can debate whether Caitlyn Clark is better than the fourth best player. If you're gonna tell me she's the best offensive player and the best guard, I will agree with you on that. In the league, I think she's better than Sabrina Ionescu, and which is good because she did get first team. I think she's the best offensive player in the league, and she makes her teammates better than anybody else. And she will be the best player sometime in 2025. I want to start a betting line where it'll become obvious that she's the best player in the league, like plus or minus 10, plus or minus 20 games, plus or minus 30. I agree, Joseph. Well, she's working on it. I guarantee she's working on it. That's why she didn't play 3-on-3 league. She knew she could work on it. I said it was in the top. I never said it wasn't. I said it was in the top 3. I said Candace Parker was MVP her rookie year, but I will admit Candace Parker had an advantage. She went into a team with Lisa Leslie on it, and Lisa Leslie was older, but she was still really good. So they couldn't double team her like they did with Clark. So the rookie season, it's a hard comparison, comparing guard stats, with a forward stats where she went into a good team. It's really hard to compare that. I didn't watch enough games either when Candace Parker came into play. I only watched a couple of games. Where the hell is Rob? Rob is working. It was more successful than Caitlyn Clark's. She got MVP. What'd you miss? Nothing. Bobby doesn't sleep at night unless everybody in the world agrees with him that Caitlyn Clark is the best player in the WNBA right now. He's got psychological issues. What do you think of the constant pinning up of coming talent in the NCAA? It's almost like a flavor test at basketball. I saw Jay Bayless, right? He's big on Cooper Flagg, but he's even bigger on the number 1 recruit that's coming in next year. I was saying she got Rookie of the Year and MVP the rookie year. The thing is, she only ended up with 2 MVPs, I think, which is kind of weird. You get Rookie of the Year when you're but Wes Unseld never won it again after he won it. So, hi, Mark. So, yeah, Caitlyn Clark fans, some of them think she's the best player in the league right now. It's fine. They can think whatever they want. It's not a factual thing. It's opinion. So it's not close and it's factual. Like Rookie of the Year, that's factual. Yes, I know that her fan award came along with. I know their MVP award came with. Well, Caitlyn Clark would have won the MVP if it came with fan voting, but that wouldn't make it right. I said, listen, I qualified the fact that she got MVP by saying she had the advantage of playing with Lisa Leslie, coming in and play with Lisa Leslie to take the pressure off her, and they're both front court players. So it's really apples and oranges. How do you compare that season like that, where she gets MVP but had the advantage of Lisa Leslie on her team? I don't know. Caitlyn Clark came into a weak team with a guard, with a lousy coach. I think Caitlyn Clark would have had the best rookie season of all time if Stephanie White was her coach instead of Christy Sides. I'll be honest with that. I could have seen she might have been MVP this year if she didn't have Christy Sides as her coach this year. I mean, think about it. They would have won, I don't know, 25, 26 games at least, right? If they had a different coach. All the close games they should have won. And if they won 26 games, wouldn't that help her MVP voting? And then all her numbers would be better. Candace Parker had good numbers, Bobby. You're just looking at it like just look at the MVP. Go look at her numbers for a rookie year. Yeah, so if she had a different coach, it might have worked out that way. Caitlyn Clark really improved throughout the year. And plus, you got to include, she has not a lot of lousy games, but she had some lousy games. It wasn't even her fault that she had lousy games. But like I said, I don't think it was her fault. I think her rookie season, I think she played phenomenal given the obstacles they gave her. And Juju, Black rulership is here with Juju. Juju fan. Juju's not even the best player in her college class. Hannah Hidalgo is. Yeah. Is that the same guy? I banned him. Black rulership. Oh yeah, he made a comment today. That was him. That was him. I didn't realize it was him until now. Thanks for pointing it out. Look, I'm just saying Caitlyn Clark is in the top 3 rookies of all time, rookie seasons. Given the obstacles, maybe it was the best, but it number-wise, I don't know if it was the best. Let me look at Candace Parker's numbers. I wonder if Candace Parker foot feels better and she'll come back out of retirement because she wants to play with Caitlyn. All right. So let's look at her numbers. It, 18.5 points, 9.5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.3 blocks, free throw percentage, 733. Field goal percentage, she led the league in 523. And in three-point shooting, she was 423. Wow. That was that her career best, or that was just they led the league? Hang on a second. 423. I wonder how many shots she took that year. Let me look up her numbers. This is Wikipedia. She only averaged 18.5 points. I thought she averaged more. No, she probably didn't take very many threes. I have to go to a different website. This is at Wikipedia. Candace Parker was a very good defensive player, but you don't ever seem to want to consider that important. For you think defense is 5% of basketball. I think it's around 40%. So I think it's a really hard comparison. But Candace Parker was also a very good defensive player, which Caitlyn Clark is not. So you have to take that. And she also set a record for turnovers. So if you want to add points and assists, you have to subtract 1 point for every turnover that Caitlyn Clark had. Because there's 80 possessions in a basketball game, and there's about 80 points in a basketball game. So turnovers cost you 1 point. I don't think all the turnovers were Clark's fault. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't say she was a better shooter. I just told you what her shooting percentage was. She probably didn't take very many shots. I didn't say she was a better 3-point shooter. I don't know who's. I don't know. Are you saying I said that? I said she was a better defender. All I said was what her stat was for that year, which was the highest of her career. It was. In college, she only shot 28%. I don't know why she suddenly shot 423 in pros. Let me look up her how many shots she took. Let me see if I can go to reference. It couldn't have been very many shots. You guys are putting words in my mouth. Let's see. So 3-point shots. Oh, she only took 26 threes, 11 for 26. So it's not very many threes to give her credit for 42%. She only made 11 threes in like 33 games. So anyways. There was someone that ESPN did one, and I thought that they had Caitlyn Clark third, and I thought that, I said to myself, she's in that top 3. That's what I said to myself when I saw it. I can understand the argument for Candace Parker. The other person, let me see. I'll tell you what her name was. I forgot. I think she had an advantage because she was injured her freshman year. Let me look at top WNBA, or no, top WNBA. Michael Vogel did it. He had Clayton Clark. Okay, so number 2 was Kamika Catchings. She had very similar numbers to Candace Parker: 18.6 points, 8.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 2.9 steals per game. That's pretty impressive. She was a good defender, very good defender. She was drafted number 3 in 2001, but was rehabbing an knee injury that cut her season short at Tennessee. Thus, her rookie season was 2002. So she had a year to get ready for a rookie season, kind of, because she was injured. And she led the Fever to their first playoff appearance. She recorded 9.2 win shares, the most ever by a WNBA rookie. Well, how could that be the most ever if Candace Parker won as a rookie? I'm confused by that. She was a 5-time Defensive Player of the Year eventually. So these 2 players were – Candace Parker eventually won Defensive Player of the Year too. And these 2 players, the numbers are hard to compare when they're forwards. And they're both clearly better defenders than Caitlyn Clark. It's impossible to say. Let's just say those are the top 3 rookie seasons ever and leave it at that. She's certainly in the top 3. That's good enough. It doesn't matter whether she had the best. She would have had the best rookie season ever if she had a different coach. that much I will say. Whether she would have won the MVP award with a different coach, I don't know. She certainly would have been right up there. It probably wouldn't have been unanimous. They voted for her before the season started, so it didn't matter what. But I think she probably would have been second in the MVP voting with a different coach. I don't think, even if she deserved MVP, she still would have been second in the MVP voting because they had already decided that Asia Wilson was upset. She was crying for the whole year after that because she didn't win it the year before. You're revisionist when it comes to history. Christopher Columbus. Yeah. How you doing, Michael Lembank? Anyways, Merry Christmas if you just got here. Happy Hanukkah. I celebrate Christmas, but if you don't, that's fine. I don't. For me, it's not a religious holiday. To me, it's like a family, fun, warm, fuzzy holiday. And food, too. I always like to cook. So anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about something. Forgot what it was. Oh, I was talking about the MVP voting. If Caitlyn Clark had a different coach. It's overblown by people, including your own esteemed host. I mean, eras are overblown, or trying to compare people from different eras. Which one am I overblowing? I agree. It's hard to compare people from different eras. You could say it's impossible, but since we do it all the time in sports, what are you going to do? I think her defense is a tad underrated too, but that's because I include the haters in their underrating of her defense. So how the F is that an era? I don't think Candace Parker's era is really a whole era. What she's at 2008. That's only 15 years, right? But anytime you're going 25 or more years, you're talking about comparing people. It's just a guess. You're just having fun. She did the right thing going pro. Well, I think it was a no-brainer for her to go pro. What was the point of her staying in at Iowa, playing with a bunch of 3-star recruits and beating up on 18-year-olds, right? I'm just kidding, not 18-year-olds. She was playing against 18 to 23-year-olds because some people, her teammate was 24. So who cares? I don't care about the championship. She wanted the championship, but it doesn't affect my rating of her. It's just people who don't like her. Yeah, I wasn't talking about the eras. Someone else mentioned that, but giving the ladies that same treatment the guys get as to graduation from college. Yes, that was when that's what I didn't like about what Diana Taurasi said, where she said, "Oh, you might look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds." She wasn't. She was playing against 18 to 23-year-olds and even probably one or two 24-year-olds. Kate Martin was 24 because that COVID year, and some of these people either start late, school late, or whatever. They get injured, they get another year. Aaliyah Boston started early. She was 17. She didn't start 18 until December of her freshman year. She's actually younger than Paige Beckers. She's been in the league for 2 years. Yeah, that's why I didn't like what Diana. And then it was the way Diana Taurasi said, like, then she made that little snide comment, like, it takes some people longer than others. And she just said it in such a way, like, I'm talking about Caitlyn. That's what you could just tell the way she said it. And then she goes, who would you take, Cage or Paige? Paige, next question. Like, it wasn't even a close call on who you would take if Paige was eligibly drafted. You would take Paige, and I'd end up with a better team than you because Caitlyn's better than Paige. Drop the link, Mark. AK Nation is here. This is AK Nation. Hey, you're trying to come on the live stream with you. How do I drop a link? Hey, what's up, AK Nation? This is one of my favorites. I watch your videos. Sometimes they're a little long, but I put a nice comment in one of your videos the other day saying how good it was. I don't know if you saw my message. Rob's not here tonight. You were supposed to call last week and discuss your theory with him about not going to UConn and what was that? Not going to UConn or South Carolina if you want to shine as a guard, especially if you're a guard who is a little bit more aggressive and flamboyant. So I agree with that. But how do I drop a link? You want a link? How do I do that? You can call in. Here is the number. You want to call in, AK? I can put you on speaker. I don't really have a setup. That's the number if you want to call in. Yeah, everybody at my station likes you. Provided that's AK and not who is that guy, woke black man? He was impersonating everybody. That's the number if you want to call in. You're right. Rob's working tonight. He was here the last 2 weeks. I think he was here the last 2 weeks. Hello. Hello.
What's up, man?
It's AK Nation.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? I enjoy your videos. Very sincere.
What's up, man?
Yeah. The only thing I can say is sometimes you repeat what the person's saying, like you bring it back 20 seconds, and I go, I heard that part.
Well, I bring that because I talk so long, people might forget what I was talking about.
Oh, I see. That's why you repeat what they said. Yeah, sometimes you take a little long to get to your point, but I think you come across as intelligent and knowledgeable, and I think fair. So that's what I like about you. What I don't like about hosts is when they're not objective, because I think that's the worst thing about sports commentary is not to be objective. Because if you're not objective, then you lose all credibility in my mind.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, so that's why
I saw the video you guys did about my video about the guards going to UConn and stuff, and I told you guys I was going to come up next when I got a chance, and I seen that you guys was live now, so I was like, let me go ahead and my kids come home in like an hour, so I was like, I got some time. Let me just go ahead and holler at Mark and Rob.
Someone just made a comment down here. He said, "Tell us how much you hate Mick."
No, I love Mick, man. Mick is awesome, man. I don't have nothing against Mick. The only problem I had with Mick was that he said that DeJounte didn't intentionally poke Caitlyn in the eye. But as far as Mick, man, I mean, I watch Mick every day, man. No, I learn from Mick, man.
He clickbaits though, and he keeps talking about the same things over and over again because he just makes videos. He's ready to pass out, and he's like making a video in his car and stuff.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of money, man. Listen, when your channel gets up, because I seen y'all numbers, and right. I had a couple suggestions for you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
That could possibly increase your numbers. Something that worked for me was vidIQ.
What's
vidIQ?
vidIQ
Is an app that helps you, make your titles a little bit stronger.
Right. I heard about that. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'll try it.
So I got that, and you don't have to use it. They'll give you suggestions, and you might not want to use it. They give you a bunch of suggestions on titles, and you use their suggestions, or you can incorporate some of it in your title. But it made my titles a lot stronger. It made my views a lot better.
They actually make suggestions for titles if you just tell them the topic.
No, you write the title, and they have different options. Like you can add wittiness, add intrigue, it gives you a breakdown of the title. Okay. It's a very self-explanatory. You just get the app. I think it's like $17 a month.
Right. I actually did look at that, and there's two of them. There's another one that's similar to vidIQ. I forget the name of it. And And there's like free ones, and then there's pay ones, which I guess is the one that makes it
Nah,
worth it.
I got paid for it because
Right.
I want all the things. But yeah, it's worth it. I mean, $17 a month. Like, you gotta think, man. It's a lot of money in YouTube, man. I make good money on YouTube. So it's like, as far as Mick making a bunch of videos, he's smart. I
know.
wish I had more time to make more videos, man. But I got another channel. You know, I have a news channel, so I spend a lot of time on that news channel. But if this was my only channel, I would make as many videos as he made today.
Yeah, but one day he made 21 videos. This is before he had a second job. He made 21 videos between where it said day one and like 5 minutes ago. He made 21 videos in one day. Like they're not edited. He just rambles on and puts them out. And then he talks about the same things a lot. And then I don't want to hear him saying the same thing 20 million times because some of his topics are good, but I don't agree with all of his opinions. And he keeps changing his opinion too. So I don't know whether she poked her in the eye on purpose or not. I'm going to tell you that it seems like a very strange thing to do. I think it's more than 50% likely she did it on purpose, but I'm not someone that thinks it's like 100% that she did. I'll tell you why. When I tried to put my hand like this and went forward and then came down, sometimes it came down like this, like without curving, and sometimes it did. My hand did curve sometimes when I put it down like that. So it's possible your hand can come down like that. At first, when I first saw that, I go, "Oh, that looks too." So I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, Mick doesn't think so. I don't know. Either way.
Did you play ball? Did you play? You played ball, right?
I wrestled, I played soccer, and I played ultimate frisbee for 4 years. And when I was growing up, I played a lot of football. Yeah. So when I played sandlot football around the neighborhood, but I played a lot of sports.
I think that I think in totality it was okay. So all of the complaining about Caitlyn all year, calling her out publicly, showing her up, and then you're the one. On the first play, like basically the first minute of the first playoff game, you're the one who injures her. And I think it was intentional. I think it was a way. I think it was like the Pistons used to do. They sent a message, and she sent a really hard message. And I think she intentionally poked her in the eye because.
It's possible. I'm not saying she didn't. I just don't know. I'm not going to say for sure she did.
You know, I've been to a lot of basketball camps. I played a lot of basketball. I didn't play in college because I was a knucklehead. I could have played in college, but I got in a lot of trouble and just being a knucklehead and whatnot.
Oh, that's not a surprise though.
Yeah, definitely. But I wish, but it's a big regret. But I seen a lot of basketball and I played a lot of basketball against good guys, players that went on to UConn and St. John's and stuff like that. And I played against a lot of guys. It's very hard. Getting poked in the eye is usually a reach. So usually when you get poked in the eye, it's somebody reaching in, like stabbing motion in.
Right.
Very rarely do you get poked in the eye when someone's trying to block the shot. You know what I'm saying? It's very rarely happens during that motion. It's usually a reach or a swat. She was trying to block the ball and then she changed the shape of her hand and stabbed it right in Caitlyn's eye. And then the totality of all the hate she's been.
Oh, she hates Caitlyn Clark.
It just was too much. I think the intent there. And then the interview afterwards, which I didn't need, but the interview with Christine Brennan,
I saw it.
That kind of solidified it for me. You know, the Duper's Delight, the little smirk, the Duper's Delight smirk, and all that. So you're a lawyer, right, Rob?
Yeah, Mark. I'm Mark. Rob's the black guy.
Lawyer, right,
I'm Mark, the white guy. Yeah, I am a lawyer. I'm criminal defense work, and I do legal referral business too. Part time, each one part time.
To tell a liar.
When they interviewed her about, I think someone else besides her asked him a question the first time, because it wasn't even Christine, it was someone else, and the way she answered it suggested to me she was lying. Yeah, I think it's more likely than not she did it on purpose. I'm just not ready to say for sure that she did. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just not convinced 100% that it did. It seems like a really weird thing to do. And it seemed like she was going for the ball at first. So to have changed your mind at the last second and gone like this, that seems like a weird thing to do. It's possible.
Okay, when you say weird, Like,
it's just a weird.
what does that mean? Like,
it's weird, like to plan to poke someone in the eye like that when, she didn't even reach when the ball wasn't there. When it would have been much easier to poke her in the eye. The ball was there, and she passed it. She actually went after the ball, and then went for the hand. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but she's a professional basketball player. DJay, she knows how to pick her spot. And didn't she do it? Didn't she execute it? She executed it perfectly. I mean, she's a.
It's possible.
You gotta understand, she's not some scrub on the street. DJay knows how to do it and make it look like nothing happened. She knows how to. And then here's the thing: isn't it weird to when a fellow player in your league is getting harassed about racist fans that she can't control, and she makes an apology for the racist fans, and then you come back behind that and tweet about like that wasn't good enough? That's weird.
Well, she is weird to begin with, and I believe she doesn't like white people. That's just my impression. And you
saw my video about her upbringing, right? About the way she grew up, right?
I might have watched that video. I watched like half your videos, which is a lot because I also watched some of Chick's Dig Scar podcast. I watched Mix. I watched Adrian Ross. I watched some of Robin Lundberg, I think his name is. And I watched.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
And I like Fly Hippie too. I like some of Fly Hippie's ones.
Yeah.
So I try to watch. I'll watch the whole video. I'd see, okay, what's interesting here in this topic, and sometimes if I'm having trouble with the topic in my mind, like what's fair here, like what's really fair, because sometimes I'm not into conspiracy theories, so it's just not. I'm too logical for conspiracy theories and too factual. But at the same time, when I start hearing like really good arguments for them, and I start hearing facts that I wasn't aware of, I go, okay, maybe this is true. It's the WNBA is so weird in essence that you wouldn't think all this stuff would be taking place. Let's just take the refs, AK Nation. Let's take the refs. Isn't it very strange that these refs are so anti-Caitlyn Clark? There's no way you can convince anyone who's neutral or a Caitlyn Clark fan that she's not getting screwed over by the refs the entire year. I would say 80% of the games, she got the short end of the stick on the calls. The other 20% was probably even. She never got the benefit of the calls. But why such a big conspiracy against Caitlyn Clark? These refs, what is in it for them? They're not going to get laid from the players. They're all lesbians. So I mean, what's it? I mean, seriously. So what? Maybe because the lesbian refs. I don't know. All I know is it's very strange league for the refs to be taking advantage, just abusing a rookie, letting her get abused, and then just basically calling ticky-tack fouls on her and not letting her do anything. It just, I don't know. It's perplexing to me.
I think the reason that the refs treat her a certain way is because, well, they're getting constantly chirped at by other coaches and players that, oh, you're giving her special treatment. Oh, you're going to let her get away with that. You let her push off. So they're constantly receiving that in their ear from the other players and other coaches.
No, I said that. I said that in game one. I said obviously you got that rookie versus the superstar call. I don't agree with that, but I understand that takes place in basketball. And then I said they're afraid to give her any calls because then people are going to say, "Oh, you're giving her the benefit of the calls." But but I get that. But they're going so far to the other side.
They're humans.
Right, but they're going way too far. They're going way too far to be afraid of that. That's the part that I don't understand is, okay, I can see a little bit of that. I can see a little bit of the rookie all-star thing, but they're going like way, way over here, AK. And that's weird. There's something going on there where they're almost like in cahoots with the players. Like, we're going to make sure we're holding this girl down or this woman down, and we're going to help these players hold her down because we don't like the fact that this white woman, it's really all about this white woman getting too much attention and making too much money. And they think it's because she's white when it's really 90% because she's an exciting, great player and 10% because she's white, in my opinion.
I think the whole
they think it's 90-10 the other way.
The whole campaign to keep her down at the beginning of the year, I think a lot of that was they wanted to show that their league was stronger than it really is, right? So if Caitlyn comes in the league and she just dominates off the break, they instead of being smart and perceiving like, oh, this is going to be great for ratings, it's going to be great for the league, they saw it as, oh, if she comes in and dominates right off the bat, That's
We're
meaning
not
that
that
we're
good.
nothing.
Oh,
You know?
I agree. And no, they had more than one motive. No one wanted her on the Olympic team. They thought she in order to be on the Olympic team, she was going to have to be the best player in the league from day one, or best player in the league at the time, or she wasn't beyond because they well, I'm not going to let this rookie come in, especially this rookie who's getting too much attention and too much money. And so, yeah, I agree that they had a lot of reasons to try to hold her down.
Yeah, and I think her own teammates were trying to hold her down early in the year. I watched the games, and I would just note, like, I would be taken aback at how they never passed her the ball during the half court offense. Like, if they get a rebound, they'll give her the ball to bring it up. Yeah. But once they get into their half court offense, they never passed her the ball. I'm talking never.
Yeah, it was
was
at the beginning of the year, right?
It,
in the beginning of the year.
So you couldn't deny it. Like, how sometimes you say, okay, maybe I'm tripping. And then game after game after game, it became so apparent.
Right.
And Christy Sides never addressed it. And it was just like, I feel like that was one of her big failures, because at that time, you're talking about Katie Lou Samuelson and Erica Wheeler, right, and Christy Wallace getting big minutes. So these weren't like good players looking Caitlyn off, and these were scrubs.
Right. Well, Kelsey Mitchell was looking her off, and she's not a scrub.
Kelsey Mitchell had missed the first 6 games of the season.
No, she only missed game 1, and then she played 12 minutes in game 2 or something, and then she kind of almost, I think she started game 3.
So, I think she missed the very, well, whatever. I think she missed the first 6 games. But whatever. Kelsey Mitchell, she, when you did your research on, I didn't know much about her, but once I did my research on her, I said, oh, she's a ball hog. She's just a ball hog.
She just likes to shoot.
And she just doesn't know how to play any other way. And but she's not a scrub.
No.
And even though I wish she would pass Caitlyn the ball more, and I wish she would, just be like a high IQ player.
Right.
That's not her. And maybe Stephanie White's got to coach that out of her. But
she will. Stephanie White will coach it out of her. She'll be a different player this year. I don't think she'll change drastically, but she's going to change. Trust me.
Hopefully, because that kind of messes up the flow of the offense with Caitlyn sitting there wide open.
Right.
And she rarely gets an open shot, right? Caitlyn rarely gets an open shot because she,
no one else no one helps her out. No one sets a pick for her.
Exactly.
Screen.
So it's like, when she is wide open, you gotta pass her the ball. You know what I'm saying? And for them to never pass the ball when she's wide open, and one thing about Caitlyn is, I noticed she would make body language during the year that showed that she was frustrated by it, but she never addressed it.
No. I mean, it was a disaster having Christy Sides as Caitlyn Clark's coach. It was almost like you were given this one person that the whole world wanted to have a good guidance for her first year, and they got just the opposite. They got the worst coach possible. She was the worst coach in the league other than Teresa Witherspoon, and Teresa Witherspoon was the worst coach for different reasons, for the way she allowed the thuggery.
Witherspoon had an agenda to make, that's true, because
Rob hated her.
Here's the thing. They both played at Louisiana Tech. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't. Because
I don't think they were teammates, but they both played at Louisiana Tech.
The way she handled Kennedy Carter, hip checking Caitlyn to the ground. First, Angel Reese stands up, and she doesn't tell Angel Reese to sit down. She doesn't criticize her for that. She doesn't criticize her players. She doesn't apologize after the game until a lawyer writes it the next day. She was okay with that. She was okay with when they hit Marina Marabi after she got traded. She was okay with it. They were laughing about it in the sideline. She is a thug. I can't believe they hired her for the 3-on-3 league.
Well, I think she was trying to build a culture. I think they were trying to be the bad boy Pistons of the WNBA.
We don't need that.
I think because the type of player she had, like if you look at Kennedy Carter, Angel Reese, they're all like, bad girls and whatnot. So I think I don't think I had a problem with her trying to be the bad girls of the WNBA. I feel like, though, the double-double thing is what messed her up.
I think they both messed her up. I had a problem with the bad because the league is too physical in the first place. I think they need – that's what's holding the league back right now, is it's so physical that it takes away from the athletic women that are coming into the league. and they can't shine. It's just like in hockey when you do clutching, grabbing, holding, and sticking and fighting. Like you can't see Yami Yager do a fancy move and with the stick handling, and you're taking away from the beauty of the athletes. And people are frustrated by that. They're very, very physical, and that's why they miss so many layups. And we're going to do a video on this. Did we do it? Yeah, we're going to do a video on this. My theory is the reason they miss so many layups is because they're getting fouled, and the fouls aren't getting called, and they also are thinking about the fact that they're going to get hit. In addition to that, and so they're conscious of that, and they miss the layup because they make the wide open layups just as much as they do in college, but they miss the semi-contested ones and the contested layups, and there has to be a reason for it. That's because the refs aren't calling the game tight enough, and they're getting away with it.
Make a suggestion right now, Mark. Can you change your title right now?
Title to what? My live show?
Change it to Mark and Rob talk WNBA and Caitlyn Clark with Ock Nation. Change the title right now
with
so that people can know that we're up here.
With what optimization?
With Ock Nation.
Oh, change my title on my live stream?
Yeah.
I don't know how I do that. Let me just see.
You're an old guy, man. I can tell you're an old man. You don't know how to do. You don't know how to
well, I just started this. Well, I don't know how to do it while I'm live. I mean, I know how to do it. Hang on.
Go to edit.
Yeah.
Are you on StreamYard? You on StreamYard?
No, not today. When Rob and I are both on it, I have to use StreamYard because I can't have two people on it. When Rob's not on it, I go straight to YouTube.
Okay, just go to the title. And so that I was barely found you because I was told you I was going to come up, so I just came to your channel.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Like I wouldn't have been able to find it if I'm just somebody that's looking for Caitlyn Clark and WNBA talk, because that's not in your title.
Let me go live. Okay, live. All right. I opened up another tab, and you want me to change the title of the live show?
Yeah.
Okay. Edit. All right. It says live show, 6 to 8 Eastern. Let me put you on speaker.
Yeah. Erase all of that. Say Mark and Rob talking WNBA Caitlyn Clark with Ock Nation.
Mark and Rob talking WNBA. Please get on here. WNBA Caitlyn Clark. Yeah, okay. And Ock Nation I call it AK Nation. Is it Ock Nation?
No, it's A, capital A, little K, Nation.
Oh.
That's my name. My name is Ock Ntunde, so it's like
one word or two?
Ock Nation is 2 words, yeah.
Okay. All right, hit save, and that should do it. I did it on another window.
Yeah, you gotta, because nobody knows what you're talking about right now. Yeah. Nobody knows what you're. Now it's better. That's better. That's a lot better.
Okay.
More people can, you know what I'm saying? See what you're.
All right.
What's going on?
I got 2 things to discuss with you that I disagree with you on. You said that nothing major. I like your takes. You called Flajay Johnson the best player in college basketball before the season started. Right. I completely disagree with that. I think she had the potential to be, by the end of the year, she may be the best player. But when the season started, I think it was going to be a tie between Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers, even though I think they're both a little overrated by their fans. And I think Hannah Hidalgo has established herself as the best player, better than Flajay right now. But that, again, I will admit to you that I think Flajay has improved since last year a lot. And at the end of the year, you could convince me she is. But right now, Hannah Hidalgo, I think, is the best player in college basketball. Although Juju Watkins looked really great in the first half yesterday, and then she got tired and hurt her knee, and she looked kind of average in the second half. But Paige, go ahead.
Here's my thing about that. Like, I think if you look at LSU, right, they got Anissa Morrow, and they have Michaela Williams, and they have a bunch of other, like, LSU is loaded. And Flajay is not forcing anything. She's playing within the rhythm of the offense. Like a couple games ago, she was 5 for 7. had 17 points, and she just played a smooth game. She's not like chucking up shots. She's just playing she's a great defender. She's just playing smooth. I think she has the best WNBA ready game. I feel like if she goes in the WNBA, I think she's a 17-point game scorer her rookie year. Now, as far as Hannah Hidalgo is a midget. Okay, she's very, very small, and she's playing very, very good. I'll give her that. She's very good. She's kind of like a Dawn Staley. Like, she's just a midget who can play very well. And I didn't calculate her into my thoughts when I was talking about player of the year. I'd forgotten about her. So that's probably why I didn't mention her. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm just saying, I didn't think, she necessarily, well, she was ranked third going in according to ESPN. So I didn't forget about it because she was first team All-American last year. But I only saw her play once last year. So I didn't know she was this good. And then I saw her play against Juju Watkins, and then I saw her play against Paige, UConn and US, and she was phenomenal. She didn't pull it out against TCU. They choked away a lead. They were up by 14 with 13 minutes left, and she didn't kind of come through in the fourth quarter in that game. But that's one game. But she is the best all-around player, but it could change by the end of the year. Juju Watkins could convince me she's the best player by the end of the year. She isn't right now, and so could Flajay Johnson. Paige Becker doesn't seem any better than when she was a freshman, and she seems too hesitant. And I think she'll play better away from Gino. At some reason, know what the problem is? She's afraid to make a mistake. She's afraid to have a turnover. She's afraid to force a shot here or there. Yeah. She's so team-oriented because she's had so much talent around her that she's too conservative. She doesn't have enough Caitlyn in her, and Caitlyn has a little bit too much sometimes. And she doesn't have enough. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm not sleeping on Flajay. I only saw her play once this year. I think she's a super talent. And she's so athletic and quick and active with those long arms of hers. She plays taller than she is.
Pippen, right? Doesn't she remind you of Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, she plays taller than she is. She reminds me of DJ Carrington with those long arms, and she got quickness to her. And she's got that. But this guy, the player development guy, DJ Carrington really improved, especially your defense, and he was the player development guy. So I'm curious, is he going to improve finally Caitlyn Clark's defense? Because Rob played high school. He went to the same high school together. He was a year ahead of me. He was a friend of my brother's, but I knew him too.
Oh, okay.
And he played basketball, and then he played Division III basketball at Nazareth. And his thing was defense. He just loved coming off the bench and shutting down the hottest guy in their team. And so he's really down on Caitlyn Clark's on-ball defense and the fact that also she's too far away from her person when they're on the three-point line. She sits in no man's land trying to intercept passes or whatever. She never double teams. So what is she doing in no man's land? And Kelsey Mitchell does the same thing. So I'm hoping that Stephanie White, gets her to get a better stance and bend her knees and slide her feet and stuff and playing better on-ball defense and not be away from the person on the three-point line and turn into a much better defender and be the best player in the league, because I don't think she is yet.
Yeah, I think Caitlyn, when I watch her on defense, she's kind of like an airhead. You know what I mean? She kind of like spaces out on defense.
Yeah.
And it's like almost as if like she doesn't even understand the principles of defense. So it's like, yeah, I think that's a lot of that is coaching, because she's a great athlete, so she should be a good defender.
Correct.
And she's smart, so she should be able to play angles and stuff like that. But she just spaces out for some reason. And I think a lot of that is she got away with being a terrible defender because she's Caitlyn Clark, and like you can't bench her for that. Like you can't. A normal player, you would be able to take them out the game for that. But Caitlyn is so valuable that you like, fuck it, he gonna give me 30 a night.
Okay. Well, I don't think she was ever a terrible defender, but she's terrible at defending at times. I would go because she gets a decent amount of blocks. She gets a decent amount of steals. So she's a pretty good off the ball defender.
She's very aggressive though. That's just aggression.
Right.
Caitlyn is very aggressive. If you look at her game, she's a very aggressive player. She's always pushing forward. So yeah, she gets a lot of blocks and a lot of steals from being aggressive. But when the ball's on the opposite side of the court and her man is like, not directly impacting the play, she always loses her man. Like, her man always finds a way to get open or
on the 3-point shot. I know I complain about that. And she also, her on-ball defense, the person dribbles by, her woman dribble buys her too often. And that's because she has poor stance. She doesn't bend her knees, and she doesn't know how to slide her feet. And that's the thing. But she could be an excellent defender, which frustrates the hell out of me. And even it frustrates Rob even more because he says, he loves Caitlyn Clark, but he said she's got to play better defense. That's his thing. And I agree with him. And I think Christy Sides doesn't know what she's doing, so she wasn't going to improve her defense. Lisa Bluter let her get away with it because she was so valuable on offense, and she had to save her energy for offense, which is the same thing you needed to do on the Fever. But at the same time, you play her fewer minutes, play her 34 minutes instead of 38 or 40, and give her some more energy for defense, and start manning up or womening up, whatever you got to do. Michael Jordan played both ends of the court, and that's why he was the best player of all time.
I think next year though you gotta play it by ear with the minutes, because you don't know how the team's gonna be. Like, they only got like 6 players now, so you don't know who's gonna see. Like,
we'll see what they get on free agents.
40 minutes next year, because you don't know what you have. Like, listen, she plays a lot of minutes for a reason, because the drop off.
I know. We'll see. Other people that have seen Grace Berger play more than I have say Grace Berger has the potential to be a good backup point guard. But I didn't watch 2 years ago when she got some playing time. Like, she got 14 minutes a game. Last year she got like 10 minutes a game, and they were all garbage time. And I didn't really see her play at college. I saw her play once, and I didn't even know she was. So I would like to see if she could play 6 good minutes. I'm for that. If Caitlyn Clark, 6 good minutes as a backup point guard, I'm for that. But I don't know how good she is, and I don't know what free agents they're going to sign. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like Grace Berger game. I saw her play in Turkey. She's pretty decent. I think that she could have played a few minutes this year. I think she could also play the 2. I think you can have, if you have. See, this is the thing.
If she can.
Caitlyn was so good at Iowa, and this might be controversial, but she had a bunch of girls that had high basketball IQs. So, like, the girls she played with, Kate Martin, Falter, Sasano, Gabby Marshall, those girls understood the mission. They weren't all like trying to get theirs and trying to prove something. They all were like, okay, Caitlyn attracts this gravity. Okay, Caitlyn's she's running off screens trying to get open. If Caitlyn's running off 2 screens trying to get open, as soon as she pops off the second screen, I'm not going to put my head down and drive to the basket and throw it over the backboard. If she did all that to get open, she's going to get the fucking ball when she came up.
Well, not only were they smart players, they played with her for a lot of years. Like, she had them since some of them she played with since her freshman year. So they were used to playing with each other. And the thing is, they had a coach who figured out how to use Caitlyn Clark properly her freshman year. Christy Sides wouldn't have figured out how to use Caitlyn Clark if I did it for her for 10 years. She's just an airhead.
A lot of that was the players too. I mean,
I get that.
Christy Sides is gone, but if you look at the players on the court, like, they don't. The only one who really plays with a high basketball IQ that I think is Lexi Hall.
Aaliyah Boston plays pretty great.
Aaliyah Boston is decent, but Aaliyah Boston is still like. She's probably the second best one when it comes to basketball IQ.
Watch her passing at the top of the key. That's IQ basketball. She was really good at the end of the year at that.
She's second, but I think you need more players that can just understand the game rather than like trying to get theirs, because you're going to get yours.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have
Lexi
to
Hall.
try to get yours with Caitlyn. You're going to get yours, and I feel like. And listen, there's nothing you can do about Kelsey, like we said. But I would
a little bit.
I would like to see them recreate the Iowa thing, because when you watch those Iowa games, all those girls knew their role. Everybody knew what they were supposed to do. And nobody was like angry that Caitlyn was scoring or shooting.
No, that's why they overachieved. They didn't have the talent. They overachieved because you're exactly what you're saying. They bought into the team concept. They bought into the fact that they have a unique superstar who plays a different style than everybody else, and they didn't care about the glory of that she was getting, all the attention she was getting. It's exactly what you're saying.
Got glory. If you think about it,
right.
Kate Martin, she went to the draft to support Caitlyn, and she ended up getting drafted.
Yeah.
Because you get the glory and the shine is going to come. You don't have to try to get it. All you got to do is be in her orbit.
Is anyone going to explain that to the women in the WNBA? Because they don't get that.
You don't have to do nothing. Just be around her.
Right. Oh, one other thing about Caitlyn's defense, she's a great defensive rebounder, and that's part of defense that nobody thinks of as defense, but I have to give her credit for that. So just so I don't want to not give her credit for that, because I always point that out.
Listen, they're always going to be something. Nobody's perfect. I mean, nobody's perfect. They said Michael Jordan was a ball hog. They said Kobe Bryant was a ball hog.
He was at times.
Everybody has Allen Iverson was a ball hog. Everybody has a knock on the game. I'm not expecting her to ever be perfect, but I mean, I feel like this last season, against all odds, was a success against all odds, and I feel like the hate that she received actually made her more endearing, and it had an opposite effect than what the haters wanted it to have. It made you root for her more. It's true.
I think that both at the college level and the pro level, she is better at making her teammates better than anyone in the history of women's basketball. And that's why you can argue that she was the best college player of all time. The video I did today is I said, should she have won 4 Player of the Years? I don't know if she should have won it her freshman and sophomore year. I think it's a toss-up. But she should have won it her junior and senior year. And the level that she played the last 2 years, especially offensively, the league has never seen that. Even Cheryl Miller, who was decades ahead of her time with her jump shot, but she didn't make her teammates better like Caitlyn Clark did. I've seen those championship games that she won when she was a freshman and sophomore. I've seen her play also on the gold medal teams and stuff like that against the Russians. She's a great player, but she didn't make her teammates better like Caitlyn Clark did. And I love Cheryl Miller, but she was decades ahead of her time. Her jump shot was like it looked like a man shooting right now. That's how good her jump shot was.
Yeah, let me see. Somebody said Nation TV Kobe was also oh God.
Oh, who cares? Oh God.
Yeah, so
he was accused rapist, and there was a lot to that story.
Anyway, but this. What do you think about the comments from Time? Like,
Time Magazine?
You think it's blown over, or you think it's going to still affect her fans?
I think that people didn't see the nuance of what she said. She said, as a white person, I had privilege. She didn't say it had anything to do with what she had in basketball. And in fact, she made it very clear, I've earned everything I've gotten. So what she was saying is there's privilege for white people in our society, which is true, but I didn't get it in basketball because there's not privilege for white people in basketball. I earned it all. So she was basically saying what is true.
Basically, Mark, here's how, let me tell you how a lot of white people can take that. And you tell me if you agree with this, because I don't know how you feel about it. I worked for everything I got, but other white people, they're getting what they got because of white privilege. And press 1 in the chat if you see that that could be a way that other white people would take that.
Yes, I understand that. The white people that worked hard said, I didn't get anything. What they don't understand is that the people doing the hiring in business, most of them traditionally, I mean, it's changing. A lot of blacks have started business and stuff like that. A lot of blacks have moved up to the ranks. But traditionally, a lot of people doing the hiring are white people. And not all the white people are colorblind. So you have a better chance of getting hired if you're a white person, if most of the people doing the hiring are white and some of them aren't colorblind. So that's the advantage you have. The advantage when I get pulled over for a traffic ticket, I have an advantage over a black person, especially a young black male under the age of 35. I have an advantage in that situation in life. It's just the way it is. I don't think the advantage is as big as some blacks make it out to be, but it's an advantage in society in general to be a white straight male like I am. That's just it, but it's not.
Tell me this. What? Can you be specific in the advantage that you have?
I just gave you 2 examples.
No, I mean, you don't even have to give me an example. Just give me. You're just telling me specific. Like, well, this isn't going to happen or that's going to happen. Like, what specifically do you have an advantage over? Like, me? Like what can you do that I can't do?
I think you're capable of doing anything, but it may be a little harder if you don't get hired for a job that maybe you should have got hired because of your race. But someone else might hire you eventually. That's what I'm saying. I think the advantage is overblown, especially by overly woke white people and by blacks who are angry about the advantage that whites have. I think it's overblown. I just think there's an advantage there.
So what do you think? Okay, so what do you think, again, what do you think, like, all right, a job, right?
A job.
Are you assuming that every black person's application is perfectly done, that all their references are perfect? Or could it be that it seems like the implication is that every black person's coming into every situation perfect?
No, let me give you an answer to satisfy you, AK.
Every situation, half-ass, but they're all getting the break. Like, for instance, there's some majors, right, that you have to major in to get a certain job. And when you look at those majors, right, very few black people elect to those majors. Like, a lot of black people will take Mass Comm or African American Studies. So it's rare you're going to see black people in the STEM fields, because that degree doesn't do you any good if you want to get into STEM fields.
Let me satisfy you a little bit. I understand the concept you're getting to, that if you work hard and make yourself educated and talented in something, you're eventually going to make it if you're a black in our society. I get that. And that's exactly why I think it's overblown. But at the same time, I think sometimes you have to get a little luckier or work a little harder just because of the examples that I just gave you in society. That's why I think it's overblown, because I think you'll still be a success regardless of what you are or how you look if you become talented and work hard and, keep at it. Just be aggressive about it. I think that's what's going to happen. That's why I think in basketball, as you can see, it's not an advantage to be white. The only advantage is if you're a white star, you're going to get a little bit more popularity and attention. And so you're going to make a little bit more money than you would have if you were black.
Now, is that true? Because
yeah, it's true.
I feel like in tennis, if you're a black star in tennis, like Coco Gauff is the #1 earning.
But that's golf. That's golf. That's tennis. That's tennis.
But
she's a rarity, though, right?
Hold on. Before her, it was Naomi Osaka, and then before Naomi Osaka, it was Serena Williams. And wait. Before Serena Williams, it was that white Russian girl before a minute. But then before that, it was Serena Williams. So, like, 4 of the 5 last top ranked, top earnings tennis stars were black.
No. Well, the one is from Japan. What's her name? The one that got.
Her father's black.
She's black and Japanese, right? And then, but there was a bunch of white and European women that made money that weren't necessarily one of the top 2 or 3 players, but they made money because they were also white and good looking. And some of them made money. But
here's the thing. What I'm saying is as far as, like, when you're a black woman tennis player.
But that's tennis. That's tennis. I didn't say tennis. I said basketball. They're not a rarity anymore, so that's different. In basketball, it's a rarity for a white person to be the best player in the league or a star.
I just don't see how you could say a white player has any privilege playing basketball. Steve Nash won 2 MVPs. He wasn't no household name. Jokic is about to win his 4th MVP. If he was 6'1", no one would be able to point him out in the street.
Right, but if that's because he's a boring player, so he has that disadvantage of having that. Steve Nash, he was popular. He got 2 MVPs. Some people didn't think he deserved it.
But he wasn't popular, like, off the court.
Yeah, he never won a championship.
Steve Nash wasn't no cultural icon, man. Steve Nash was just he just won a couple MVPs because he was great on the court. But he wasn't no cultural icon.
Because he never won it. He never won a championship. That's why he never got really, really popular. You have to win at least a championship to get really, really popular. You know,
listen.
Charles Barkley got popular because of his personality.
I just feel like the whole white privilege thing, it can come off to me as arrogant because I lived in the world. I live in the world all this time. I've lived in Chocolate City. I now live in a majority white area for the last 4 years, and man, it's like I see a bunch of King of the Hill characters in my town. I see a bunch of Joe Dirts and.
Okay, well, let me ask you straight out. Let me ask you.
These white people that got all this privilege, man.
All right, but let me ask you straight out. You want to look me straight in the face and tell me that Caitlyn Clark's popularity has zero to do with the fact that she was white. Like if she was black, her popularity would be identical to what it is right now. Zero. I'm talking zero, not a little zero. I'm talking. Do you think it's zero?
Here's the thing. If there was a black girl, let's say the Caitlyn Clark never happened, right? And there was a black girl shooting from the logo, and she was chasing down the Pistol Pete's record for all-time scoring, and she went to a smaller school where she could develop a fan base. What would be the difference? I mean,
the difference would be 10%. Wait, I just answered. Your difference would be 10%. What I'm saying is, I don't think it's a big thing that she's white. I'm saying they're always going to be a little bit more popular because they're white, because 59% or 60% of the population is white, and it's unusual for a white player to be one of the superstars in basketball. Now,
what you're saying, Mark, is that a lot of white people judge their sports stars by.
No, not a lot. Not a lot. 10%, I said. 10%. That's not a lot. That's not a lot.
No, but I've never seen any evidence, Mark, in my lifetime, because think about it. Mike Tyson had a gazillion white fans, and he's from the projects of Brownsville.
Again, I don't know you compare sports in this conversation.
Had a billion white fans, and he's from you know what I'm saying? He's from North Carolina. Hold on, Mark. Give me 1 second.
You do whatever you want. You do what you got to do.
Yeah. Hello?
I'm here. They'll be back in a minute. All right. AK. Yo, let me hang. Put you on speaker. Okay.
Yeah, my kids are home.
Okay.
So I got to go take care of the kiddies, man. But it was great talking to you, man.
All right, I got your number now.
So you want to go live, man, just give me a call, man. You got my number now.
Are you ever live on your show? Are you ever live on your show?
Yeah, but I'll probably go live. So I'll drop you a text when I go live.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, just one point I'm making is that it's really not that important, because the main reason is because she's exciting and a great player. And the 10% doesn't really make or break things, because she'd still be super, super popular without that. The problem is the WNBA is pretending it's 90% because she's white as opposed to the 10%. That's what the problem is. The problem isn't me and you with your 0 and 10%. That's not where the problem is. The problem is that they think it's like 90% because she's white, which is stupid, because Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, and Brianna Stewart didn't move the needle. So you know it's not true. Right?
Okay. I got you, man. I got to run upstairs, man. Right. It was great talking to you, man.
All right. I got your number. We'll talk. Bye. Thanks for calling in. All right. Bye. Anyway, that was cool. AK Nation is called in. He's a cool dude. I don't even know him till before today. He saw a video that we did on his theory, and I gave him credit in the video, so I think he appreciated the fact that I gave him credit, that he thought that like Gino in South Carolina, hold back guards who have a creative side to them, or more, not necessarily all like Caitlyn Clark, but who can shine, who want to shine a little bit and not be in a team situation where they can't have any freedom to make a mistake. I think he makes a good point. Rob didn't necessarily agree with him, but I agree with AK Nation. But yeah, do you think Gino's burned out, Duke? You think he's burned out? Like, it seemed like Don Shula got burned out near the end, and Don Shula and Tom Landry and stuff like that. Shaq would not have been 10% more popular had he been white. Yeah, but I look at like a Michael Jordan would have been slightly more popular if he was white. Slightly. I don't know if it's 10%. I don't know if it's 5. I don't know if it's 20. I don't know if it's 1. But Michael Jordan would have been slightly more popular if he was white. So would Shaq. I don't think Shaq's being black is what made him popular. I think it's his personality. So, but anyways, there's no way to figure out what the percentage is. The most important thing for people to realize is it's not nearly the 90% that these idiots in the WNBA think, and that they're so jealous and envious of her. That's really where the important of the discussion is that their percentage of what they think her popularity is so far off, it's not even close to reality. And that's my take. I'm sticking to it. And that's really what the problem with the WNBA right now is they can't accept the fact that it isn't because she's white. 90%. I guess I don't have exact percentage. I think it's somewhere at least 5. But she has a lot of fans that relate to the fact. Would Jordan? Yeah, Jordan would have been more popular if he was white, but not much more. The same exact athletic ability, same exact style. Everything about him was, except for he was white, he would have been more popular, but not much more popular. It was hard for him to be much more popular. He was the most popular athlete in the world for like 35 years and in the country. All right. Basil said less than 1%. Whatever. Someone else said is Bobby. Where's Bobby? Told me it was more than 10%. So what? I can't prove it one way or another. I can't read into people's minds. Neither can you. So there's no way to figure this out percentage wise. What you can figure out is it's nowhere near what the black players and the overly woke white people are saying, is that it's mostly because she's white, or almost all because she's white, or huge reasons why she's white. That's easy to prove. I mean, you give the white players examples that didn't move the needle that I just gave. That's such an easy thing to prove. It's like ridiculous that they think that. So anyway, like I said, I don't think that's the issue. The issue is convincing these people that, hey, you start playing, a more exciting brand of basketball, people will find you more likable and have better personality. So, Bobby, you argue with Basil. Basil think it's less than 1%. You think it's more than 10. So you two should be arguing because you guys are farther apart than I am. Yeah, 10% doesn't sound like a high number to me. It really doesn't. I think there's a lot of white people out there who are racist that would only follow Caitlyn Clark because she's white. You'd be surprised how many racist people are still out there for white people. So, anyways, I don't mean argue with him like be rude to him. I'm saying you're thinking it's more than 10%. He's thinking it's less than 1%. You two should be discussing. You guys are farther apart than I am. So, what's her name? Go discuss it with Asia Wilson. Go argue with her. She thinks it's a huge factor. Huge sounds like 80-90% to me. You know why Gino's not as successful as he used to be? Because South Carolina and Dawn Staley's a great recruiter, and she gets. Hello. I don't know what this is. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, sir, David calling from Backcamp. How are you doing today?
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from BAN Capital in the UK. How are you doing so far, sir?
Yeah, why? If you're from the UK, what's your name?
My name is David.
Okay, and David, are you calling about the show, or why are you calling?
Sir, the reason I'm calling you because our company noticed that you are paying attention to the US stock market. So
Oh yeah, I'm busy right now. Thanks. Okay, how you doing? Did you see the last thing? I'm not even sure what you mean by the link thing. So I don't even know what you mean. Sees a link. I do a link to his show. I'll call him up and he can talk me through it. I got his phone number now. I was trying to email him, but his channel didn't have an email. Most channels have an email. Yeah, I got his phone number now. He'll call in again when his kids aren't around. Would Diana Taurasi be able to play her style in a Geno 2020s team? I don't know. How is this? I don't know. How's the style different now than when she played before? Did she get more freedom? What are the prices for AJ retirement? $60. And Caitlyn Clark's are a couple thousand. To the chat. Anyone who wants to join the show can, and they'll have their own window. All right, I'll ask. He knows how to do it. He'll tell me how to do it. I just have it so you have to be a member to make comments because I don't want trolls coming in and make comments. Can they still be non-members and do that? Because if they have to join, then they're less likely to be. They're not going to be trolling and making stupid comments and making insulting comments, which ruins the whole live chat. And you guys don't have a good time either. So let me find out about that. All right, I'll work into it. Thanks for telling me. Oh, really? Okay. It's complicated because it's completely different when it's just me. I don't go through StreamYard when it's just me. I don't need to. And I can control this easier and I can put polls and questions up. And then StreamYard is different. So I'll figure it out. AK Nation, now that I have somebody that has a show, he can answer a couple of my questions when he has a moment. Okay. So they can only go on the link. All right. All right. So what is it called? It's called the link. All right. I'll figure it out. I don't know. No one taught me. I had to figure it all out myself. Rob doesn't know anything about technology. So everything I've figured out, I figured out myself about the channel. The only thing Rob knows how to do is click on the link I send him to join me on StreamYard so I can put us in the same screen. So I don't know anybody else with a channel. So no, it's okay. I don't mind them making suggestions. So I want to improve my thumbnails and stuff like that and headings and stuff like that. So I'll talk to AK Nation more. So that was cool that he called in. You guys can call in anytime. I put you on speaker like that. I don't have a studio, but I can put you on speaker on my second phone. I have a cell phone, and that's my second phone. DePope. Yeah, DePope's cool. I don't know him, but I saw him in Adrian Ross show, and he was good. Grand manicures. I just don't like to be clickbait, like John the Liquidator and Mick, and have false, basically lies in their thumbnails and in their headings. So, like today, yeah, Mick put, I know more about this than Mick does. I'm a lawyer and I know a little bit about contracts. I know a little bit about that. I will say that Mick doesn't know anything about shoe contracts because there's the contract that comes out in the news doesn't tell you anything. $28 million for 8 years is meaningless. If there's a percentage on that, if, for instance, Caitlyn Clark signs for 10% percentage of the shoes and everybody else signs for 5%. Did she really lose $50 million, or did she make a ton because she's going to sell a ton of shoes? She may have a great contract. She may have the best contract in shoe history for all you know. She could have signed for 20%. on each shoe sale. You don't know what she signed for because they won't release it. So everybody's speculating that she has a bad contract when they have no idea what percentage she gets on each shoe sale. So you have no idea how good a contract she gets. He's made 3 videos saying she's got the worst contract in the world when he has no idea what her percentage is. That's just stupid. It's just dumb. Everybody else has done it too. The one I put out is I have no idea whether it's good or bad because I don't know her percentage. I know she's going to sell a lot of shoes. So if I was her agent, I would have argued for a high percentage of the shoe sale. That's me. I know if it's worthless, you don't put a shoe. That part I can't explain to you. I can't explain to you why it's not out. I agree. I think it's stupid. I'm surprised by Nike. I don't understand it. So I don't know what to say. It's bizarre. It's very bizarre that they have to take so long to put out a shoe. You would think they want to rush these shoes out. The player could get hurt, career could end, And nowadays that's unlikely because people can come back from almost any injuries. But sometimes they're not the same player. Look at what's his name? Derrick Rose. He was never the same player after that one injury. Other people come back from ACLs like it didn't even happen. But still, they were able to come back nowadays. So, well, that part's true. But the contract, I don't know if there was an agreement on the contract when her first shoe was going to come out. But who knows? It's Nike. Nike's just so weird that you wouldn't put a shoe out. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to buy one of her sneakers, so I don't care when it comes out, to be quite honest. And I don't have any kids or whatever, and I don't have any nieces that are dying to have a Caitlyn Clark shoe, so to get a Christmas present for. So it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be buying any of her shoes. Yeah, it took about 6 months for Michael J, MJ and LeBron. I figured it out. It was like, I think it was around 6 months, or maybe 5 months and so many days. I think I did figure it out. I did a video on it. I don't know my video. It might have been between 5 and 6 months. I figured out exactly how long it was. Yeah, I don't know what Nike's doing, but you know what? It's Caitlyn Clark. I'm letting Caitlyn Clark worry about it. It doesn't affect her play. It doesn't affect me. She's not playing basketball for 10 months of the year. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They make shitty shoes? I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. But yeah, I think it was 5 years and 9 days and 5 years and 23 days. I don't know. I wrote it down somewhere. I did a video on it. But either way, it doesn't matter 5 or 6 months. It's different than what it's going to be with Caitlyn Clark if they don't put it out till 2026. Now, you don't know they're not going to put it out to 2026. They just haven't given a date yet. People keep saying that because it sounds like Ages is coming out first. Doesn't mean they don't have coming out a couple months apart next year in 2025. Could happen. What I read was they said 2025 or 2026. How could they not know? They must have a plan. It's just so stupid. Anyways. Oops. Skyrockets again. You think she got more popular, Bobby? Yeah, she's been in the league more than 5 years, actually. I think it's 6, and this is going to be her 7th year, I think. You guys think she's popular now? Let's say, whether this year or next year, whatever, she becomes the MVP and wins a title in the same year. And let's say that happens this year or even next year. She wins the MVP and the title in the same year. She'll be more popular then than she is now. right? I think those winning a title is going to put her through the winning MVP and winning a title. I don't know which is going to be more. I think the title, because she doesn't have a title yet. She wins a championship, her popularity goes through the roof. Think about the ratings finals for her when she's going to get in the finals at some point with this coach. So, right? So think about that. Think about if she starts doing like a Michael Jordan run, MVPs. He didn't win it every year because they ripped him off, but 2-3 MVPs in a row, 2-3 championships in a row. It'll go crazy. The popularity, she'll be the most popular athlete in the world if that happens, possibly, especially if it happens and they let her play in the Olympics next time. I don't know if AK Nation hated it. I think he's too emotionally stable for that. I think he disagreed with it. I think Jason Whitlock's more of a baby. AK Nation seems like a more mature person. That's what I think about that. Michael Jordan arc without the dad comments. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder, that really affected him retiring, I think. He had this like flashback to his dad wanted him to be a baseball star, and he was gone, and that's what he's going to be. When he's 12 years old, he was player of the state or something like that. Some weird thing. So it was a weird thing that Michael Jordan did, and he retired. It really was. Right in his prime, he retired. Came back, he was just as great the first year. Jason Whitlock is no dummy. He has some intelligent takes. Then he has some idiotic takes too, like stuff like that. Yeah, Jim Brown was 29, just turning 30, I think. Yeah, tell Caitlyn she can't have kids until after she finishes her prime years. At least no kids before she's 33. Don't go screwing up your prime years with the baby. That's what, just wait. You got time. 32, 33, you can have a baby. Come back. Just rock for the next 10 years. Then just retire if you want. He's very heavy on religion and like traditional family style and all that crap. Okay, so that's an interesting conversation. What he won, like what he won 8 straight. My friend said, I remember what was a guy on Sports Reporters from Boston? Ryan? What was his name? Ryan? Anyways, what's his name? Bob Ryan? Bob Ryan. He said something on Sports Reporters once. He goes, okay, Michael, we all know if you hadn't retired, you would have won 8 straight. We all know that. 8 straight is a lot. And my brother said, not my brother, my friend was talking. He goes, yeah, I don't know. Michael Jordan might have been emotionally strained somewhere in the middle of that. And he might not have won 8 straight, even if he was the best player and the Bills still kept everyone together. So you're right. 8 straight would have been tough because it took so much, he put so much into it when practice and playing and stuff like that. That would have been tough. But he probably would have won 7 out of 8. Probably would have a year off or something. I don't know. He was putting a lot into that. He's driving his teammates and crazy and hard practices and stuff. But he was so dribble. Yeah, I don't know if he would win 6 straight either. I'm saying that. That would have been hard to win 8 straight or 6 straight. It would have been hard. The way it worked out was pretty cool. Won 3 straight, retires, comes back. It's like, too bad though. He missed like a year and 2/3 of his prime. That's the only bad thing about it. Well, they should have beat the Pacers in 6 games. Reggie Miller pushed Michael Jordan from behind, and 3 refs swelled their whistle, and they won that game. So they would have won in 6. They ended up winning in 7, but the game was really won in 6. That was like the worst call. So I don't know if they barely got by him. He should have won in 6. Michael Jordan's achievement from legacy is insane. Like that actually happened. Yeah. Cool. You can talk about Michael Jordan all you want. I'm his biggest fan. Yeah, if you see a different angle of that Russell one, he didn't really push off. Go watch the that angle. I think they showed it on Michael Jordan's biography. It looks a lot less like a push from the other angle. Looks like he's just riding his hand on it. Who came down on Caitlyn? Who came down on Caitlyn? You said, I don't agree with him when he came down on Caitlyn. Who's that? Oh, and Whitlock? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that. He called her a crybaby and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, he exaggerated. He took little qualities, bad qualities about her, and overstated each one of them to make it sound like she was worse than she was. And right. I agree that helped him get ready to put it the other 3 years down to months concentration. Here's the thing, in my opinion. Yeah, Caitlyn Clark whines a little bit on calls, but if you're getting screwed over constantly for 42 games, are you really going to have so much discipline and maturity to never react to not getting foul calls? It's like, sorry, I think it would affect me too. So that's why I cut her a break. If she was getting a fair whistle, I wouldn't cut her a break for whining or, what she does sometimes. But she's not getting a fair whistle, so I cut her a break. That's me. Because she was doing a little bit of that, and she was getting a fair whistle in college, I thought, except for the beginning of the NCAA tournament this year in the first 2 games, in the first half at least. She was not getting a fair whistle. They were fouling the hecking crap out of her, and she wasn't getting a fair whistle. But in general, in college, she was getting a fair whistle. And so she started whining junior and senior year more than she should have, a little bit. But in general, she usually doesn't start it. Like if she pushes off with her arm, it's because the other person stuck their hand in there the last time she drove down on the court. So, well, if you're going to get away with the foul, I'm going to push it away. That's just the way I see it. Yeah, they got the 8th pick. From what I see, there's some talent over in Europe. They're going to get a decent player at number 8, right? Don't you guys think? You guys think she'll get a decent player if you include the players in Europe that might be willing to play in the WNBA? There's some talented players over there. They should get a good player at number 8. Yeah. Bird was white. Mike was black. Is that white privilege? Oh, I know. I know. She doesn't get a special whistle. She got the anti-special whistle. I'd say 80% of the games, 75 at the very least, she got totally screwed over, and she never got the positive whistle. She never got a special whistle in any of the games. She got some fair games where the refs were fair, but very little. Yeah, and I'm not one to claim that. I didn't think she got a bad whistle in college, except for the 2 examples I gave you. Like the beginning of this tournament last year, they were just so determined to, a couple games once in the year before in the NCAA tournament, they were fouling her a lot. I despise Bird because I rooted for Showtime, but yeah, I like Larry. I like Larry Bird and Madge. I like them both. They were both likable. I like the fact that they liked each other, but really respected each other, wanted to kill it. Yeah. I've watched that game twice where he scored 63 points against Boston. He scored 69 against Cleveland, but doing it in a playoff game against Boston, that was pretty cool. Too bad they lost the game. That's when Jordan said that. I think I think Bird said after that game that he was God disguised as Michael Jordan or something like that. I think that's when Bird said that. Yeah, there was one move that Jordan did, and Bird like just looked confused. He was covering him, and he couldn't. I tend not to hate the other players that much unless they're assholes and they're like they beat my team too. Then I hate them. But if they're likable players, I have a hard time hating them. That's just me. Some fans are more rabid than I am. I don't think she'll put too much emphasis on defense in Clark. I think she just wants to get her to get better. The West Virginia game. What? Yeah, I said there was some games. I said in general in college she got a fair whistle. I don't think she got the superstar whistle. But what's a West Virginia game? Okay, let me look at. Was that the second round of the NCAA tournament this year? I said 40%. Why, Bobby? Why are you being difficult? Let me look at the. Hang on a second. When's that West Virginia game? So the new rankings came out for women's college basketball. USC went up to number 4. Notre Dame's at number 3. South Carolina's number 2. UCLA number 1. Still a lot of undefeated teams. Ohio State's undefeated. Maryland's undefeated. Georgia Tech's undefeated. Tennessee's undefeated. Tennessee's undefeated, and they're only number 15. Gosh, is their schedule that week? I guess. They must not have played anyone good. Let me just see. Iowa something here. 23. Okay, yeah, West Virginia. Yeah, that's the game I said. I said the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament in the first half, Caitlyn Clark was getting hacked to crap, and the refs weren't calling any fouls. I'm sure Lisa Bluter talked to the refs at halftime or something, because something changed in the second half. She got a fair whistle. Yeah, but in general, Caitlyn Clark got a fair whistle in college. But in the NBA, WNBA, no one. Show me a white player that made Michael Jordan money. Show me a white player that was as good as Michael Jordan. Or as exciting as Michael Jordan. Look at Cooper Flagg. If Cooper Flagg like leads Duke to a championship and is player of the year this year, which I'm not saying he's going to be, he's going to get more publicity than he wouldn't normally if he was black. Not a lot more, just a little bit more is all I'm saying. We'll find out. We'll find out. I think Cooper Flagg has a great all-around game. I saw him play. He's got a very mature game for a 17-year-old. I didn't have a fallout with Caitlyn Clark drama myself, but that's just me. That's funny. The AK Nation basically called her an airhead on defense. She does lose her person. I didn't really think of it that way. I did. I mean, I saw what he was talking about. I just never described it that way. She sometimes loses her concentration on defense. Yeah, our family's pretty good about not talking about politics. So most of us are the same way, but not all our in-laws are the same. All right. Well, I don't agree with she'd be just as popular if she was black, but I agree it would be close. I agree that's not the reason she's popular. So my Packers are playing tonight. I make fun of people who say we, but I say my Packers. You can say my Packers if you buy like a stock with them and have ownership. It's $250 or something. Playing they playing the Saints, favored by 14.5. So hopefully they won't choke this game away. They're at home. That's the main reason. I'd say the excitement with which she plays. But there's two parts to Caitlyn Clark's excitement. It's like her mental aspect of it, excitement, the intensity and stuff like that. And then there's also the exciting way she plays in terms of the logo threes and the passes. So there's two parts to her excitement. And then she's a great player. And then she plays fast paced too. That was all even different than her logo threes and her passing. She could have great passes and not play fast paced. So there's lots of parts to her excitement of her game that people don't realize. There's just so many parts to her game that are exciting. Mental aspect of it. And they don't get that. They just don't get that. They just say, "Oh, she's popular because she's white." So I wonder why internet, social media, 24 news see it all in your lifetime. Who's not covering the WNBA anymore? Who's that? Who's she? Oh, she didn't say she wasn't. She said she didn't say she wasn't following the WNBA. What she said was she's not going to talk about the drama anymore. That's what she said. And you notice the two videos I put out today was not about the drama. It was kind of about the play, like how good Caitlyn Clark was. There was a little bit of conspiracies in there. Like I saw the things that some of these other people said, and we didn't do videos on them. I decided not to do video. Robin didn't want to talk about it anymore, so I agreed with him. So it is getting too much. And then we got another 5.5 months before she plays her first game. I guess in preseason it'll be only 5 months, right? Yeah, that's what I said. That she didn't say she wouldn't cover the WNBA anymore. She just said she wasn't going to talk about the drama anymore. She said she can do whatever she wants. She has so many viewers that she's been doing a long time, and it helps that she's good looking, I think. But she has a lot of viewers and a lot of views, so she can do whatever she wants, and she'll still have a ton of viewers. Um, let's see, what was I looking up? Oh, I guess I was looking at the time. No, I was looking up something. Forgot what it was. Packers game is 8:15. So everybody's tired of it. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. I don't like, that's why we're not putting out a lot of videos. I do, because if I do, I have to talk about this stuff too often, for too long, too much. So, anyways, it is kind of annoying. It's the same themes. Yeah, Mick does live for, and he says the same thing 80 million times in like 2 different ways or something. Gabby Marsher is not black. She's biracial. Hannah Stokey is black, just so you know. Gabby Marsher, one parent is white and one parent's black. But Caitlyn Clark doesn't care about skin color. My truth statement was ridiculous. Gabby is really has pretty eyes. Mixed Irish. Oh yeah, you know what? He says he's was a semi-professional basketball player, and I saw him in again. I think the second time, because I said this before. I think he was in one of those muscle shirts, and he looked like he had the flabbiest arms and no shoulder definition whatsoever. I understand basketball is not a sport that you lift weights and whatever strength, but he didn't look like an athlete at all. It's like, really, Mick, you played basketball? I mean, he's just like, I don't know, and he's only 27 or 27 years old. I don't know. Just to me. Yeah, Caitlyn Clark does not give a crap about skin color. She does not she doesn't care what skin color anybody is. She's beyond that. And I think it's cool. I think they got the right organization now. It's Ireland. I know, but he doesn't even look like an athlete. They still have athletes in Ireland. I'm just saying. But I looked at. I wouldn't wear a shirt like that if I was built like. I'm so bad. Oh, definitely people follow Reese because she's black. There's no question about that. But that escapes the people in the WNBA. That's part of. In fact, I did a whole video on the fact that Reese's popularity is for the wrong reason, and part of it's because they're black followers that they like what they did to the white girl, quote, girl, after the LSU won the game. I said they like her for the wrong reasons. They put the white girl in her place, supposedly. And I mean girl in quotes because she's a woman. But so, yeah, I thought that was what she did was disgusting. And I think they were racist for calling us racist for saying it was not the same thing. Anyways, I don't think white privilege is a factor for Caitlyn Clark and the WNBA, though, enough to even lose any sleep over it. The national is a gym capacity of 2,500. He muted you? He got mad at me because I was watching something on Paige and he had Paige's age wrong. So I made a comment jokingly. I wasn't like insult. Like, I don't know how your math is in Ireland, but you got it off by a year. And he doubled down on his mistake. He doubled down on his mistake. Like, wouldn't you double check it after I just told you that you're figuring out the year wrong? She's actually a year younger than you're saying. He doubled down and kind of was insulting to me. So I said another comment to her. He didn't know it was me. I think he did it under Ultimate Rankings or something like that. I don't know if he knew it was me. Uh, right. Yeah. I don't know, what to say. I'm so tired of the race issue involving Caitlyn Clark. I just want to play basketball and see if they can win a championship this year. That's what I want, and see if she can win the MVP. I think Caitlyn Clark works so hard at basketball, and she's a talented athlete. I can see her just being, I don't know, 25% better, which will be a lot, than she was last year. 25%. I don't know if you can really rate a percentage on how much better she is, but I can see that. With this coach, just another year under her belt, maybe a fair whistle. God forbid. Mick blocked you? I don't know if I've ever been blocked. Well, Mahomes not white. Mahomes is biracial again, so I don't know. It's hard to put him into the conversation. Mahomes and Jordan Love are both biracial. Gabby Williams has got biracial. His Jordan Love and Patrick Mahomes' mothers are white. Caitlyn, yeah, I'm into 34 minutes for her because she plays a fast-paced offense, and I think that'll give her more energy for defense. But that's just me. And they have a good schedule. They only have 2 back-to-backs. I wish they didn't have any, but yeah, I know. What's her name? Adrian Ross calls her white because she's from Iowa. I was like, yeah, you're white or you're white. Does it really matter that she's from Iowa and white? It's just like, I don't know. I never really thought of it that way. He's pasty white. Oh, that's funny. All right, that's a good one. I give you credit for that, Bobby. I'm going to watch my biracial quarterback right now, Jordan Love, who's playing well. Stopped throwing interceptions. I think 4 games in a row he hasn't thrown an interception. He's on a roll like he was at the end of last year, where he had like 18 touchdowns and 1 interception. Is Lexi Hall the hottest chick in the W? No.
Kenny Brown here. Merry Christmas. I'm at Grayson. I get to sing a beautiful Christmas song called Blue Christmas by the one and only Elvis. It was such a huge inspiration to me. That was on my.
Hang on. All right. Packers are on. Luckily, I tape everything, so I actually like to start them late so I can fast forward through the commercials. The Packers in the playoffs, they have a 99% chance of making the playoffs, the Packers, which means they could lose 3 straight. And if enough teams lose, they still make the playoffs. Let's see. What is the question? Don't get started because he has jungle fever, jungle love. I don't have jungle fever. I don't care what race anyone is. I didn't say she had a perfect body. I said she had a near perfect body. Why do you keep changing what I said? It's on tape. I can prove it. I don't think she's pretty though. I don't think Lexi Hall is particularly pretty. I think Nafisa Collier is pretty. I like Kelsey Plum. There's like some other what was that Fever? The Lynx had a couple cute girls. One, they were from like Australia or something. One's I forgot her name. Stephen A. Smith. Not a fan of Stephen A. Smith. She's gone a little heavy with the workouts. There's some other ones. I can't remember their names. Like I said, there was some other ones we were talking about. Cameron Brink's not my style. I forget if they were on the Lynx or the Suns. There's a couple of cute women on that team. I forgot which ones they were. I'd have to look them up. I think Bobby was talking about them. Oh, Bobby, there's a big difference between that. You're just being difficult. It's a big difference between perfect and near perfect. Near perfect means she has a great body. You don't think she has a great body? That's on you. What can I say? I don't like her as a person. I think her face is average looking. And I think she has a near perfect body. It's a little bit too much in the. So does Rob. Rob said the same thing. So I don't know. WNBA. Who was that one team? It was Minnesota Lynx had a couple. Is that one? Alana Smith. I think she's cute. Bridget Carlton. Yeah, it was the Minnesota Lynx. Those two are cute. I couldn't remember their names. Sophie is cute. Yeah, well, it's because she looks great in a bikini. That's why it's high praise. What about the two I just mentioned, you guys? The two I just mentioned from the Minnesota Lynx. Those are two. I like Nafisa Collier's looks because she has such a warm face. I don't know how to explain it. It's cute and warm at the same time. She just has a very. But yeah, Lana Smith and Bridget Carlton were the two that I was thinking on the Lynx. What was that? It was someone else. There's probably some other ones, but they're not stars, so I don't know who they are. Honestly, I don't know what Dejanay Carrington looks like. She wears so much makeup and has these big long eyeshadows and fake blonde hair, but she has a nice body. I saw some pictures of her in her Instagram. By the way, if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below. It'd be much appreciated. There's some other ones I forget. I don't think the women in general are attractive in the WNBA. Let's grow this channel. Yeah, I don't know if DJ's. I've never seen her without makeup, and she's so suited up and stuff. Is like, what do you really look like? I have no idea. Alana Smith, yeah, she's cute. So is the Bridget. The Bridget ones too. Whatever her name is, I say I forgot what I just said. Bridget something Carlson. Skylar Diggins is pretty. I don't like her personality. Skylar Diggins has always been pretty. She had a couple kids now, or at least one. I think maybe two. So I don't know. She's kind of like turned me off though with her personality this year. I didn't know she was such a. I don't know. I don't want to use the word. She acted like a real jerk in that one game. She's not my type. There's no shape to her body. I don't really like her nose. I don't really think she's that attractive. You see her at certain angles, her face isn't that attractive. Cameron Brink's not my type. Sorry. She got nice long legs, nice flat stomach, but it's not really my type. But there's some other ones. They're all tall, and most of them are slender. So some of them, have good bodies if you see them in the right outfits, but not always my type of body. Hey, well, Cameron Brink's she's engaged anyways. Doesn't matter whether. All right. The volleyball women are better looking than the WNBA. There's no question about that. You watch the Olympic teams or the college teams. Yeah. And they wear better shorts. She said she had privilege in the same sentence. No, it was the next sentence. It was not the same sentence. Go look it up. It's the next sentence. She said, I want to make it clear that I earned everything I got, period. But in society, I want to point out that there's privilege if you're a white person. That's all she said. I think she was quite frankly, she was saying in basketball, I didn't get an advantage in basketball. I think she was making it quite clear what she said without really getting into a big, long discussion about it. You guys heard what you wanted to hear. A pole vaulter from Norway or Sweden. I've seen some of those like ones like best looking athletes in the world. And yeah, there was a pole from Norway or Sweden. I forgot what her name was. Gymnasium volleyball? I don't know what that is. A walking injury. Who's that? Cameron Brink? She got injured just like dribbling the ball by her. I don't think there was anybody on her at the time, right? Or they weren't any close to her. So I don't know. Track chicks are fine. You like just like the shorts. That's why. The divers too. You like the suits. Would Black Lives Matter hire a white CEO? No. No, they wouldn't. They'd say they couldn't relate to them, probably. I don't think so. Well, the time interview might have been coached. I don't think it was a disaster, though. But I didn't like it when she said that the players in college weren't very smart. That they couldn't handle like traps and things like that. So it's like that seemed more insulting than anything else she said. I'd like if I was a college basketball player, I'd feel insulted by her. What she said about college players, and she's saying how easy it was compared to the WNBA. I don't know. I thought that was kind of insulting. That didn't get any publicity though. I sorry, it didn't seem like the type of defense she was talking about was that hard. I don't believe she was being honest. I think she knows darn well that she was being targeted. So if you wanted me to ask you, you're asking me whether I think she was being honest. No, I don't think she was being honest. Not all the time. I think she's generally an honest person. She was dishonest for a reason. Always comes back to, you really think Lexi's that hot? That is that hot? I don't think she's that hot. All right. She's attractive, but not hot like you guys are saying. Of course, the WNBA, there's not a lot of competition. Let's be honest. Percentage-wise, it's not good. It's like that in Ultimate Frisbee, too. Oh, Lexi's personality is great. But so is I like the personality of Leah Boston, but that doesn't make her attractive. She definitely has a good personality. Yeah, Lexi Hall seemed like she has a fun personality and a nice person out for both that. Like Gabby Marshall's the same way. Rakia Jackson is like Dejanay Carrington. I don't know what the heck she looks like. She wears way too much makeup and those long eyeshadows. I just can't. No, that hair. I can't tell what she really looks like face wise. I'd like to see her with. Before I judge her looks, I'd like to see what she looks like. All I see is a bunch of makeup and long eyeshadows on the two of them. Rakia Jackson. That doesn't mean she's not good, really good looking. I just don't know. S.E. Polk calling her overrated. Who's S.E. Polk? Dorka from the Lynx. Paige Becker. Paige Becker has a cute face. Her body's just way too bony and skinny for me. She has a cute face, though. Dorka from the Lynx. Let me look her up. Okay, Dorka from the Lynx is nice looking, but in the picture, I haven't seen her like in person. Her photo's good. JC Sheldon, I don't know. She didn't do anything for me. Lexi Brown, I don't know. She's all right. She's kind of cute, but I really disliked her personality for a long time. So I had to get over that. I think I agree. I don't think this was a spontaneous interview. I think she was told there's going to be some controversial topics and questions she was going to be asked, and she had time to think about it and talk to her marketing department before she released it. I think she knew exactly, the non-controversial topics, maybe not. She just probably just answered them. But the controversial ones, she probably knew them ahead of time. I agree. Anyway, I got to watch my Packers. You're going to play. They should hopefully handle the Saints okay today. They're at home before I go. So I will do a show next week. Rob didn't tell me whether he's on the schedule for next week or not. But there will be a show on the 30th since it's not a holiday. So hopefully I'll be back for that. But yeah, and my throat's a little sore, so I got to stop talking. Anyways, so hey, we'll be having videos again by Saturday. I'm visiting my mother and brother, so I'm going to be traveling, and I'm tired of talking about all this drama. You don't have to watch you want to watch your Packers. I have to. I'm a Packers fan since I was like 2 or 3 years old for like 60 years. 5 videos a day till Christmas. Probably none till Christmas. Probably none until Saturday. I asked Rob. I said I was traveling. So you guys have a good Christmas and Hanukkah. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate that. And I'll see you guys next Monday on here, and we'll have videos again on Saturday. So it's my fuel talking. I'm losing my voice. I've had a sore throat. I got allergies, and they're just not going away. Don't give me the score. All right, I got to go before someone else gives me the more information on my Packers. All right, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next Monday, and we'll have videos again on Saturday. So happy Hanukkah if you are doing that, because you think I'm Jewish, right? I was raised a Catholic. Stop it. Anyways, here we go. Peace out. You're using Rob's line now. Peace out. All right, and we'll see you next Monday in the next video. All right, Merry Christmas, everyone. All right, bye. You're welcome.